There's a market for cars. What kind of car are you? A lot of you are shitty cars. You can become a better car. You can spruce some stuff up. You don't have to be shitty. And so there's two ways to improve your product. I look at it like a tree. You have, at the bottom, your masculinity. It's the roots. You can't find out who you are as a man if you don't know how to be a man. And guys who embark on this journey of self-actualization and who ignore the very, very crucial steps of trying to figure out their masculinity, it haunts them eventually. They have to go back to it, or they never get there. It's part of who you are. Now, the journey to becoming a man is not exactly the same as the journey to becoming yourself. They're two different things. Clearing up internal dissonance, reconciling your conscious and unconscious mind, shadow work, stuff I do with clients all the time, to great effect. These are things that improve the quality of your product, because what happens is that you actually start to like yourself more, start to love yourself more. A lot of you have downloaded programming about yourself. It's going to be a shitty tree. A lot of you have downloaded programming about yourself that is very, very negative. You treat yourself like shit. And a lot of masculine guys treat themselves like shit too. Constantly telling themselves that they're not good enough. You have to have compassion for yourself. You have to stop internalizing that critical voice. A lot of this has to do with your relationship with your parents, which unfortunately, I only have an hour, so I can't go into that too much. But it's very, very important. And all this stuff works to improve the quality of the product. Integration and masculinity. These two things will turn you into one of the most valuable men internally with one of the most unshakable frames that you could possibly imagine. Because personality is your core frame. It's where everything else comes from. Your ability to maintain eye contact with a girl, to be able to literally dominate her with your eyes, that comes from your core frame. So how does this piece together? How does your personality and your persona, how does that work together? Well, a lot of guys don't want to work on this because you know what? It's a lot fucking easier to learn a couple of tricks and techniques. It's a lot easier than to have to address shit from your childhood, to have to address the fact that you have a terrible relationship with your father. It's a lot more difficult. It takes a lot more time. A guy who's got this stuff mostly figured out but doesn't understand game, it's fast. Can do that in 3 months. I can do that maybe in half of that time period. But a guy who has this stuff messed up takes at least months, if not years, really. And it's always a constant process. When I started this journey, I had such severe social anxiety that if I went to a party with people I didn't know, I'd have a panic attack in 30 minutes. I'd have to go back to my room and write myself letters trying to get my mind from going crazy on itself. I had a lot of bullshit. And there's still some left. Still a little bit left. But I've done a pretty good job at working at it, chipping it away, little by little, peeling back the layers of the onion. So guys, though, who don't want to do this, they're going to adopt a fake persona. They're going to try to have their persona compensate for the weak personality. And this is a fool's errand. Because you'll hook up with girls from it, but you'll feel worse and worse about yourself. And I did this. I had a psychological breakdown because I didn't even know what I was saying anymore. I was just regurgitating stuff. Didn't feel good. And when I stopped doing that and started to be a little bit more aligned, my results tripled and I felt a lot better. So I don't recommend doing it. It's cheap. Now, this is a very important concept as well, and it's the relationship between